Good morning, everyone, and welcome to YPE podcast with our esteemed guest today, Honorable Abdullahi Abba. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. How's work and how's everything?
All is very good.
Thank God. So, Honorable, let's straightly dive into it. Our topic of discussion for our podcast today is the roles of youth in our nation development. So, as a youth yourself, Honorable, you have started your career early, in your early ages, and dive into politics. So how do you see the importance of politics for our youth in order for them to engage and contribute in the development of our country?
Well, actually, you see, Nigerian youths actually I can't in joining politics is necessity for all Nigerian youths. My reason is that you can't just allow all the older men, all the elders that have an analog thinking to be ruling all the country and whatever, you know. So joining politics for youth is actually a necessity for us to bring a lot of development to visualize the whole world, understand, because of the young age experience. And I think joining politics to, if the youth can engage into politics 100%, they can be able to bring a positive change to the nation entirely.
The previous government, Honorable, the previous government has started an initiative that is welcomed by everyone, which is the Not Too Young to Run bill that was passed by the previous government. How do you see such development? Is it a welcome development? And how do you think this current government can enhance such initiative?
No, you see, let me start from the previous government. The insertion of Not Too Young to Run, to me, just like a political propaganda, you know. Because if you want to support or you want to encourage youth in doing politics, then you need to support them financially because of the nature of our country, which, you know, without money you cannot run an election. No matter how good character or how beautiful you are, you can run for a political office without money. So if surely government want to support the youth for them to be running election, it's for them to support them financially, technically, for the youth to at least have experience, you know, to run. So that is my own perspective for the previous government. And for this government, I think the only way that youth can be engaged in politics is by giving them an appointment, you know. At least to my own opinion, the Nigerian leaders can say, okay, from councillor to House of Representative should be a position for the younger generation. Do you understand? So I think, to me, bringing this kind of things to a country, it would actually boost youth, or it will encourage youth to join politics all over the nation.
Right. So based on your discovery and what you just said now, do you think is this one of the reasons why the youth are showing increasing sign of frustration, that they look far beyond in the government sectors and all positions, but they couldn't find a perfect reflection of themselves? Like there is no representatives of youth in the government, in all arms of government.
Well, you see, let me even say things from the part of the youths. We, the youth, has a lot of problems. Nigerian youth has a problem because we don't believe in our capacity. You know, I'm a politician and also a businessman, but it's not all Nigerian youth that believe in their capacity. For instance, now if you want to contest for a political position, either House of Representatives or a senator, one of your friends can tell you, "Oh, you can't make it." Do you understand? You can't do this, you can't do that. So, if Nigerian youth can stop monetizing election, I'm assuring you that youth can take over, and we can have a positive change in Nigeria. Most of the political office holders, if you noticed, they are government retirees. Someone we work for 35 years, you know, after retiring, he now joined politics. So all this kind of a thing cannot actually move Nigeria forward. That's my own point of view.
Yeah, looking at based on your experience of politics in Nigeria, you have engaged in so many numerous elections, you have context for so many offices. So what can you see are the major challenges you faced in politics and how you overcome those challenges for the upcoming youth so that they can gain experience and how difficult the road is?
Okay, you see, I think I can figure out 3 challenges I face in politics, which I'm very sure all political candidates has also seen this as challenge. First of all is, you see, delegates are the ones in Nigerian politics. Understand? Delegates are the major problem of all the offices, all the political offices, because they are just monetizing election. Understand? Without money, they cannot vote for you. Understand? And they only go for a highest bidder. No matter how good you are, either you're a pastor, you're an imam, if you don't have money during primary election, you can't win election. So delegate are the first problem of Nigerians. They are the one putting Nigeria into issues because they are bringing wrong people, you know, to an offices. Then secondly, the youth cannot fight for their rights. If youth can come on board and fight for their rights, they stop looking at money. I'm assuring you, we'll get a very, very good leaders. And thirdly, we have to retire those old caucus. Understand? We have to retire those old caucus. Somebody will work for 35 years. He now come to government that he want to contest. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Someone will become a senator, a governor, or a member. After that, he wanted to hand over the power to either his son or his uncle or his brothers, all this kind of a thing. Nigeria can never afford with this kind of political tactics, you know. So that's my challenges. But first challenge I told you is the delegates. Delegates and the youth are the problem of.
So looking back at what you just said, Honorable, do you think what is holding the unity of the youth? What is hindering the youth of uniting themselves and becoming a major force in Nigeria?
Okay, you mean what's to bring unity between the youths?
Yeah, unity between the youth.
It's 2 things that will bring unity between the youths. Or 3. 1 is for the government to leave some political offices to the youth, to the Nigerian youth. If that is done, I think we can have unity between ourselves. Then secondly, is for the government to be encouraging people in doing business, to create something like a platform where we can centralize ourselves, you know, and be doing business like a family, either you're Hausa, Yoruba, whatever tribe you are. Understand? Government should bring a kind of platform where government can teach people how to do a solid business, something like an export, you know, or manufacturing. So those kind of things can unite youth and become like in the same class.
So looking at the challenges we're facing in Nigeria, Nigeria is one of the countries, is one of the major countries in Africa, in the whole continent, and it is faced with so many challenges. Honorable, I said Nigeria is one of the biggest country in the continent of Africa, and it is faced, unfortunately, with so many challenges and tribulations. So one might argue that bringing youth into the government too much, it might actually set the country back because of their inexperience. What will you say to such accusations and thinking?
Well, it's actually not true. There are a lot of youth that has experience, understand? There are a lot of youth that has experience, both politically and business-wise. So if we are to be electing some political offices, then we look at an experienced person, somebody that can handle an office very well, someone that has technical way of bringing progress into his community. So it's not. I don't think that's really a challenge. youth can actually do better than expectation. That's my own opinion.
So also going back to the election scenarios, like you highlighted earlier, one of the major challenges and things that are holding us back as youth is the delegates. The delegates
Yeah.
who are monetizing the election system and selling it to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
One of the, unfortunately, our youth, majority of our youth are living below the poverty zone. Financially, they are not capable of contesting elections. How do you think they can overcome those hurdles of the delegates that are holding them back, and making the election system as a way of monetization?
Okay, you see, Nigerian is a country, understand, with a lot of potentials. But the problem with Nigerian politics are godfatherism election, understand. Most of the political leaders, all the office holders, political office holders, have been signed by their bosses. So if Nigerians can actually come and fight for their rights themselves, I don't think it's really going to be a problem. And what is bringing issue in delegate is godfatherism, understand. Godfatherism is what is actually spoiling Nigerian election or whatever. Even the delegates, they were sent by somebody. One person is controlling maybe thousands of delegates. So you have to give him money, and you come and bribe delegate as well. So that I don't think I will actually move forward. Each and every political leader, almost 95% of Nigerian political forces, they were sent by some people. You know, you see an elderly person staying at home in his parlor controlling 5 ministers, 5 councillors, 5 chairmen, 5 governors. So all these things, because the youths or the what do you call it, the youth and the delegates has taken us to a very, 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 very wrong to make a very wrong decision.
Yeah. So, Honorable, like you said, despite the fact that youth are encouraged to participate in politics in Nigeria in order, to contribute with their modern thinking, modern ideology, and modern perspective to grow our nation. But there's still lack of participation from the youth in politics. What do you think that stems from?
Okay, you see, just like I told you, Nigerian election has been monetized already for a couple of years now. Without money, you cannot contest for election. Understand? There is nothing like credibility in Nigerian politics. No matter how credible you are, even if I imam or a pastor, however you are, no matter how good you are, if you don't have that money, you will never be a candidate of a political party, both from the party escorts and from the general election. So you cannot participate in election. So the only thing that we encourage youth is if they can fight without money or with money. Understand? I know there are a lot of constituency that some of these can generate money and buy form to one of their members. And some can win election. So if Nigerian youth can do that kind of unity, I'm assuring you a lot of things will change.
So,
indirectly and those actually is bribery.
But Honorable, looking at the system itself, the youth have all the tools to succeed. Because in terms of elections is all about votes and majority. And the youth has the number. They have the perfect tool to strive and fight. What do you think is holding them? Is it lack of awareness? Is it lack of education? Or is it lack of knowledge of how the politics works in Nigeria?
Okay. To my own opinion, what is holding Nigerians not to contest for election is the issue of money. That is one. Then two, the issue of godfatherism. Just like I told you, one elder in a Nigerian office can hold thousands of youths, can hold thousands of leaders, controlling them, putting them in whatever way he wants. Is Nigerian or political offices is now becoming turn by turn. Do you understand? Not like credibility. So if Nigerian youths can have access to a good business where they can fund their election, I'm assuring you things can change.
So, Honorable, like you said, Godfatherism is holding us back, and financial issues. The youth are not financially capable to contest for election. Do you see in any near foreseeable future any bright days for the youth? Do you see any good days coming for the youth in order for them to overcome those hurdles?
No, I think to my expectation, we can actually change, but not now, honestly. In the next 20 years, Nigerian youth can never take over Nigeria.
So in any foreseeable future,
The next 20 years, Nigeria cannot take
end road. You're saying there's no light in the end of the road for them, in your own view.
So, to be very honest, you see, just like I'm saying, Nigeria has been monetized. When can the youth get money to contest for election? Are you ready to risk your money? If we contest for just common local government chairman, you spend a lot of millions. Understand? And after you lose election, you now become irrelevant to the party or irrelevant to whoever. So all this kind of things, what is holding Nigerian youth for contest for election, and there is not even a lot of means to be getting that kind of money. So I don't think Nigerian youth can take over very soon. Honestly, maybe let's target from 20 years now and above before we see what the future will bring. But now I don't think Nigerian youth can take Nigeria over.
So
Because we don't believe in our capacity.
Yeah. Like you say, Honorable, in any foreseeable future, it is almost impossible for the youth to take over the government and change the system. But in your own thinking, don't you think that some baby steps can be taken in order to amend some of those hurdles and some of the barriers that is hindering the youth? And what example would you give?
Let me give you an example with myself. When I run my first election, when I run for member of representative representing Rapisho Romonia Niger federal constituency, the first challenge I had was, how can this young boy come out with us? Do you understand? How can this young boy come out with us? Somebody that's not even married, or so something like that. So a lot of things do comes and discourage Nigerian youth. No matter what you spend, they will just collect your money, and at the end of it, they will dump you. You know. So the only tag, what are your track record? What do you do to the community? Do you understand? So there is nothing like let me try this one. They want somebody with track record, they want somebody with experience, maybe a civil servant that is up to 30 years in service, who has employed youths, who has do this, who have done before the election. And most of those people we are seeing, they are just coming for them to have a security, financial security, understand, and to have an immunity, not even they are not even after their constituency people. So the only baby step that I think we'll take is maybe if the youth can be contesting for all the small offices, state assemblies, understand, members of representatives. Maybe if we can try, go for Senate, for gradually understand. Maybe we can generate some numbers of youth for them to decide. But for now, I see no anything you can Nigeria.
According to your experience, Honorable, politics is a game of money. There's a lot of money involved in politics. Do you think that even if, let's say, God willing, the youth succeeded in occupying those positions you just mentioned, do you think they will be able to deliver? Money will not close their eyes, because some of them might actually come from nothing to become something. What do you think the amount of money that be presented to them might overshadow their judgment?
No, actually, it won't. Just like I said earlier, if some of the political offices can be given to youth, it will encourage the less privileged for them to think that this guy is not up to my age, understand, and is making things right. Then why didn't I at least become a good person for me to be like a social person? So this can change. Let me give you an example of our previous AFC chairman. Yes, he's a youth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So giving him that appointment actually encouraged a lot of youth in Nigeria to be, this guy is now a chairman of a very big commission like this. So why didn't I study? Why didn't I go to and at least bring some changes? So yeah, he has really encouraged a lot of people. Understand? Yes, actually encouraged a lot of people for people to even stop stealing, for people to stop all this Yahoo things of within, So there are a lot of changes that we have when he was a chairman. So if the government can be given huge political position to use like that, I think we can have encouragement. We can have a lot of encouragement for us to participate in politics 100%.